Hi guys, welcome back to History Help for You. Today we're going to be starting topic 5 and sort of be looking at attempts for reconstruction. So if you have a look, it kind of starts with the Emancipation Proclamation 1863. This is the thing that essentially changes the entire meaning of the war. So it makes it from sort of states' rights to the abolition of slavery. But yeah, and then it also was absolutely crucial for the Union itself by making the war about sort of fighting against slavery to prevent any sort of foreign involvement from Britain and France. Military objective, it deprived the Confederacy of labour power in the form of enslaved people, prevented European intervention, and also encouraged black enlistment for the Union. Nearly 200,000 African American soldiers joined the Union. Also, again, helped to redefine the purpose of the war to sort of abolition of slavery, shifted Northern morale, and yeah. Obviously, Lincoln himself, he is the kind of guy who was initially trying to face the task of Reconstruction. He was a bit more moderate in this. He wanted to sort of preserve, he wanted to bring back the North and South to help to preserve the Union, to preserve the nation. So he'd much rather heal wounds swiftly instead of punishing the South. One of his kind of ideas to bring back the South involved the 10% plan, which was in 1863. This was essentially when 10% of a state's population swore allegiance to the Union and then obviously accepted the Emancipation Proclamation, then a new government could be formed and they could essentially rejoin the Union. It would mean that with the exclusion of high-ranking officials, anyone who sort of fought on the Confederate side would be pardoned fully, and it also protected private property, but obviously not enslaved people. We have the Wade Davis Bill. You had radical Republicans like Benjamin Wade, Charles Sumner, people like that. Again, because he was moderate and they're radical, they see him to be too lenient, just fearing that Slav would just bring back slavery. The Wade Davis Bill, on the other hand, a bit more radical. They wanted a 50% ironclad oath, so 50% had to swear allegiance to the Union. So yeah, a bit more kind of radical. Obviously Lincoln, as the president, he vetoed this, showing kind of different directions and what the kind of aims of Reconstruction were. Yeah, 4 million people sort of transitioning from slavery to freedom. I mean, it's got to be it's quite hard on the government to kind of now figure out what to do now, especially because of how society wasn't really needed to obviously adapt to it. Obviously, immediate needs also need shelter, food, medical care, family reunification, but also there were questions about long-term like integration within society. Do they get legal status? What happens with labour? Could they be could they get education? So the kind of thing that was set up for this was the Freedmen's Bureau in 1865. It was set up for relief, so providing food and clothing, legal justice, and sort of education for African Americans. And yeah, that is essentially it. Yeah.